Hey Dad, sorry it took me so long. It's raining out and the traffic's pretty bad. I brought you some spaghetti that I cooked last night and some donuts. Is the home health care nurse not here yet?
She said she'd be here at 11.
I got it.
Hi, I'm Susie. Is Ron here?
Ron's here.
Hi Ron, it's Susie. Do you remember me from last week?
Yep.
Is it okay if I get your pulse real quick?
Sure.
How have you been feeling today?
I'm feeling alright.
Alright. Have you been having any pain or any discomfort?
Nah, I've been taking that aspirin the doctor gave me.
Okay. Can you feel me touching your big toes?
Yep.
Can you pull up on my hands? How about push down on my feet? Good job. Can you go ahead and, can you feel your hands, please? Thanks. Can you squeeze both my hands? Good job.
I haven't noticed it, no.
Alright. Have you been having any tingling feeling or pain in your feet?
Sometimes they're numb.
Alright, well what toe do I have?
That's my big toe.
Okay, how about this now? Without looking.
Oh, I don't know.
You don't know? Okay. Alright, I'm gonna listen to your lung sounds, okay?
Go ahead.
Do you want to just sit forward for me a little bit? Alright, your lungs sound pretty good, so that's a good sign. I'm gonna check your blood sugar, okay?
Sure, go ahead.
Poke. Alright, there you go. So Ron, your blood sugar says it's 300. Have you been having any problems with your blood sugar lately?
Not that I know of.
Have you been taking your blood sugar twice a day?
I didn't know I was supposed to take it every day.
No, twice a day, Ron. The reason why we want you to take it twice a day is because you were recently just started on insulin, and that's a really finicky medication that you have to check your blood sugar before you can take your insulin. Have you been writing down your blood sugars and when you're supposed to be when you've taken your insulin and how much you've been taking?
I didn't realize that's what I'm supposed to be doing.
It's helpful to keep track of what your regulations are with your blood sugar because in the morning your blood sugars tend to be a little bit higher than in the afternoon, and you want to take your blood sugars before you take your insulin because you want to know how much insulin to take because you're on a sliding scale, and then you need to take your blood sugars shortly afterwards too, just to know if your blood sugar did go down with the insulin. Does that make it a little bit easier to understand?
Yeah, a little bit. I'd like to go over it with you.
Okay, we can do that.
So what are his blood sugars supposed to be?
I'd like them to be no higher than 180. It would be a lot nicer if they could be around 140 at a stable level, especially in the morning time. But if you keep track of his journal, it'll help you determine what his normals are.
Okay.
Also, I was looking at the lab results before I came in, and I noticed that his A1C level was really high.
What's What's A1C?
A1C is a lab value that we took. Remember we drew your blood last week?
Yeah?
Yeah, the A1C tells us how well you've been managing your diabetes over a 3-month period of time. And it's not as good as what we would like it to be, but we can get there. Ron, when I was doing the assessment, I noticed that your hands and your feet were kind of cold, and you didn't have as much feeling as what you did last week. Has the doctor talked to you at all about what happens if you don't manage your blood sugar?
Yeah, he said it's hard on my kidneys and it's hard on my heart.
You're right, Ron. It can be hard on your kidneys and your heart when you don't control your blood sugars regularly, but it also can affect your hands and your feet. It decreases the circulation in your hands and feet, and you might start to feel pain, tingling, and numbness in your hands and your feet, increasing your chances for getting injury. And then if you injure them, you're not going to know as well once it hits the numbness stage. Your circulation seemed to be much less than it was last week, so that's why I'm concerned. But if you let this go for too long, you could even lose some of your toes, your feet, your fingers, and even your hands from not managing your blood sugars.
Oh. So how come my blood sugars are off? I've been trying to eat healthier like the doctor told me.
Yeah, I just brought him spaghetti and brownies from dinner.
Well, spaghetti and donuts are not so healthy, but spaghetti, it can be healthy, but what you have to look out for is the simple sugars that are or the sugars that are hidden in normal food, because then you get too much sugar into your diet with the hidden sugars and these sugars. It's best to avoid the simple sugars like donuts.
Oh, I didn't know that. I'll try to work on that.
And the carbs, when you eat carbs, you need to try to keep them down to the whole grains and the high fiber carbs, ones that are going to be a little bit slower in reacting.
So I noticed he's been lonely lately. Can you think of anything that he could do? I mean, he really likes swimming.
Oh, the YMCA has a diabetic swim team. That would be really good for him.
Dad, Pastor Smith coaches that swim team. He's a diabetic too, remember?
Oh yeah, I guess I could try that.
And then afterwards, they all meet up at the church to talk. You may really enjoy that.
Yeah, I guess I could give it a try.
Swimming is absolutely great for diabetes, but you're going to have to be careful about when you take your insulin. You should probably take it at least 3 hours before you go swimming, because it could drop your blood sugar a little bit more with all of the increased activity. But other than that, it will help you regulate your blood sugars, and it will be huge for your well-being.
Well, that sounds good to me.
Don't forget about the ophthalmologist appointment that we scheduled. Will you be able to take him to that?
Oh yes, I'll be available to take him to all of his appointments.
It's on Tuesday at 2 o'clock.
Oh, we have that baptism for my niece later, but it'll be okay. We'll make it there.
Alright, sounds good. It was nice seeing you. See you in a week, okay?
All right.
Bye,
Thanks, Susie.
Nice young lady.